Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna show you or give you advice on the things that you need to be doing to recover from a relapse, right? So now, if you've relapsed, you probably haven't prayed or meditated, you probably haven't worked out, or you've eaten some sugar, or you spent time looking at things you shouldn't have. At the same time, you can also be influencing your mind with like certain music or taking substances like weed or alcohol, right? So you're not in a clean state of mind. So the things I would recommend that you do is, one, go to the Word. If you relapsed, the first thing you should do is go to the Bible. If you spend time with God, you'll feel that love, you'll feel that peace, and you can go to someone that won't judge you, and the shame will be taken away. You'll be covered in the grace, the same grace you feel before and after relapse. You'll still feel that grace, and it's in those times you realize the power of God's love upon you. And it's in those times you realize semen retention is a path that you want to pursue, right? Because you realize you don't want to keep falling into the same habits, repeating the same patterns. So the first step is to go to the Word, read the Bible. I recommend reading Psalm 51, right? Psalm 51 is a good verse to read in times like these. It's a psalm that cries out for mercy to God, and it's basically a time where you can just ask for forgiveness and just ask God for His mercy to be upon you, and it will be done. Cool. The next thing I'll say is eat clean food, like fruits and veg. So now, because you've relapsed, you've lost a lot of good nutrients. Semen has a lot of healing properties for the body. It stores a lot of nutrients that heals the body, that nourishes the body. And now that you've taken all of this out of your body, you need to replenish it so that you can start building up those good bacteria, let's say. So I recommend ginger, lemon, I recommend celery, fruits, veg, as much as these as possible. Start eating these to like replenish the nutrients that you've taken away from yourself. The next thing I recommend is having a mindset of discipline. So you need to discipline yourself now. You need to do things to yourself to remind you not to be in this space, right? So let's say, okay, for example, your routine is normally 100 press-ups a day. Because you've relapsed, now you're going to have to do 200 press-ups, right? And it's going to be hard because now you've lost this energy. It's going to be harder to do those press-ups. But in this time, you're reminding yourself of what you don't want to do. An extra 100 press-ups. Now, it's good to do these things. These things that you're doing will benefit you. But it's a reminder that if you fail, you're going to go even harder and you're going to discipline yourself. But you have to have a mindset of you want to chase sexual purity. You want to have to improve yourself. You want to improve your spiritual life. So if you have the mindset of discipline and saying, okay, because I failed, I'm going to go twice as hard now. You're going to take that cold shower. You're going to run that extra 10 minutes. You're going to push yourself because of your choice, right? Cool. The next thing you need to do is delete your social media. It's very likely that you were scrolling on social media, looking at videos or looking at images that could like tempt you in a way, and then that led to like a path of you watching things that you shouldn't have been watching. So now that this is also part of you disciplining yourself. So because you've done this, you need to delete your social media and make sure that your day-to-day isn't influenced with images that you see on social media, right? So the things that you need to do, you need to go to the Word, feel God's love, get rid of the shame that you're feeling. Even though you will feel disappointment, He will forgive you. Read Psalm 51, and that's a psalm that's crying out for mercy. The next thing you want to do is eat healthy foods like fruits and veg, and stock up on this, because you've taken a lot of nutrients out of yourself. You need to replenish the body again. The next thing would be to have a mind of discipline, meaning because you've done this, you need to discipline yourself and tell yourself, okay, because I've done this, I'm going to do more push-ups, I'm going to do more reps, I'm going to run for an extra 10 minutes, right? It's in these moments when you're feeling that stress of the pain of you doing those extra reps or running that extra, let's say, mile or whatever it is, you're going to realize you don't want to be doing that, and it's going to remind you not to do that. It's going to instill a pattern in you. It's like you're teaching yourself, and it's teaching you to have authority over the weak voice in your mind. And the other thing would be to delete your social media. Delete the app off your phone. If it's TikTok, Instagram, if it's YouTube Shorts, whatever it is, right, that made you full, delete that thing. I would also advise setting up parental blockers on your computer or your phone so that certain websites aren't accessible. This is another way of disciplining yourself. Or if you want to take it the extra mile, have like your parents or someone else or a friend to set it up so that you don't know the email or password that they use, so that you can't undo it. If you feel like it's a really bad habit for you, have a friend that you can trust, that you could be accountable with, and make sure that it's them. And then you could do the same for them as well. Make sure you set it up on theirs, password, email, whatever, so that you can both be accountable and not fall. So these are the things I would recommend you do when you relapse. Take care.